Daddy's home.
Daddy's home.
Cake every night.
No more! I'm sick of Godzilla.
King Kong ain't got shit on me! Run! It's Godzilla!
Yeah, you missed it, Daddy. What again?
Big Jack got his big dick ready to get a bunch on.
Shut up, Sean.
We'll do it live!
Oh my God. Who is it?
Put my money on Kong.
It's Mr. Taco.
No more. I'm sick of Godzilla. My money's on Kong.
Is it for 2021? Is it?
Yes.
Well, he was right the first time. You need to do the coin flip.
Hang on.
Didn't he do the coin flip in that? He's like, oh.
Tails. Damn. All right. Well, hey everyone, Mr. Taco here. Just wanted to jump in and say congratulations to Kaiju Network for 5,000 subscribers. That's quite a feat. It's quite legendary.
Yay. Yes, legendary.
Yes.
So
yes.
somebody made
It's
a
my company,
suggestion that I should
Pacific
do a tier
Pharmaceuticals.
list. All right,
Tier
that
list?
is your company. Do you want me to? I can pimp your company.
Yeah, Pacific Pharmaceuticals. Our marketing, our TV ratings have been terrible ever since everything switched to streaming. We're trying to boost our ratings, so we're going out to go Team Kong. So.
That's great.
It is.
Okay, let me set this up. I can move this in there, and boom. Here's my tier list. So you've been binging all the movies, so you probably have a way better opinion of this, but I haven't seen a lot of these in so long. But
yeah, the best one's the one with Mr. Taco, which is me. So that's what counts.
what the hell? What kind of order is this? It's not even in chronological order. Whatever. I'll do it chronological order. Can I zoom in? Whoops.
All right, cool. Yeah,
Here.
Taco's got to leave, so he'll be right back. Or I do some Pacific Pharmaceutical stuff, so I'm gonna get him out of here for a second, and
That's
yeah.
fine.
So my money's on Kong, Mr. Taco. As that's me. I'll see you.
Wow, good to know. It's very sad Mr. Taco left. What are we gonna do? You have no idea what I'm talking about. Oh man. All right, well I gotta do this tiered list, I guess. Oh God. Where's the original? There it is. What tier should I put the original? S tier, A tier. This is a tough one. I'll put it S tier for now because I feel like the classic needs to be S tier. I don't know. Raids Again. Where's Raids Again? There it is. Raids Again. Oh God. Still a pretty bad movie, but I'll put it in B tier because I find it enjoyable. Where are these? Oh, that's Arabic. I can't read Arabic. Team Camera. No. All right. King Kong versus Godzilla. This is an A tier movie. That's an A tier for sure. Okay. Mothra versus Godzilla. Okay. This one is one I haven't seen in a long time. Damn it. I'll put a B tier for now. I think Sean's back. There he is.
Hello. Sorry, man. So Mr. Taco was here, I see.
Yeah, I mean, he was trying to pimp his company. You know, they've been struggling with, they're
TV
always
ratings.
struggling with.
Always struggling. But seriously, dude, congratulations on, fuck, man, 5,000 subs. I'm getting close to 2,000. I got like 200 more to go. But, man, you've got like 1,000 subs in a month. More than that. That's quite impressive.
Yeah, so. we need that Godzilla's Revenge video now.
I watched it again today. Such a masterpiece.
Oh my god.
I've been rewatching every Godzilla and Kong film. You know how many I've watched this week? I've watched like 20 of them this week. It's insane. I'm just constantly.
You can ship in while I'm doing this, by the way, if you have a different opinion. I don't know if you can see what I have right now, but I'll explain it a little bit in a minute. So, Ghidra, the three-headed monster.
The thing is with like the tier list, it's really tough. Like even like upon rewatching the movies, it's really I can't really decide. Like I legitimately can't. Why is this giving me so much trouble? This stupid StreamYard on mobile. StreamYard's kind of a pain in the ass doing this. Like
yeah, you're a little laggy, but it's no big deal. Okay.
Yeah. I figured I'd talk for another like 10, 12 minutes.
Where should I throw this movie? I'll put
really
Ghidra three-headed monster at B.
Raids Again is really low on the list.
I find it charming, but it's not A tier.
Mothra vs. Godzilla I'd put up there S tier for sure. I mean that's my opinion. All the anime films are F tier. And you know the thing is like it's really
11 out of 10.
What is this? You're doing top 10 movies or something?
No, I'm just I don't like the name S tier. I'm just putting that at 11 out of 10. I'll do A plus. How about that? I'll do A plus.
Okay. A plus, Ralphie.
Where the fuck
so no, that's number okay, so you got the first. So you gotta go Invasion of
where's Monster Zero? There we go. All right.
I still put Mothra vs. Godzilla at least A tier, but this is your list.
You know what? I'm gonna make a difference. I'm gonna drag Ghidra the three-headed monster to C tier for now.
Ooh.
I don't know. Maybe I'm being not good enough. Maybe I should put more in A tier. I don't really know. I'll leave this here for now. Actually, I'll leave it there.
I mean, you can always like stack the hell out of B tier because like again. Okay, so after that you have C monster.
C monster, yeah. Where I'm trying to. I don't know. Look at the Megalon poster.
That's so Megalon. Where the hell is Sea Monster?
I got it.
Okay, there it is.
The horror of the deep.
I actually like that one quite a bit. Because that one's got a good human cast.
Really weird though.
What's that?
The humans are really, really weird. I'll put it at C.
Yeah, what is it? Son of Godzilla, as you can see, is my profile picture for
you know what?
I really like Son of Godzilla. Like upon rewatching it, I'm like, you know what? There's it's really wholesome. And you get a lot of personality out of the monsters more than any other film, I think, in the show.
I realized that I needed a new row. Haven't seen. Ooh. There is some on the list, and Son of Godzilla is the first casualty, unfortunately.
You haven't seen Son of Godzilla? It's literally my profile picture today. How have you not seen it? It's on HBO Max.
Really? Okay, well now I guess I'll have to see it because I couldn't get it.
Every show film is on HBO Max, except for
I couldn't get a DVD.
Godzilla. But King Kong vs. Godzilla full movies on YouTube. Yeah, just fucking watch on HBO. It's the Japanese version only, I believe. But it's still on there. Like all the Showa films, with the exception of King Kong vs. Godzilla, are on HBO Max because that's the whole thing with Universal. But that is all on YouTube. So
okay, no, that's true.
Is Son of Godzilla the only Showa film you haven't seen?
There is one more. There's one more, and that's for the last one for the entire series. But yes, next up is
you haven't seen Shin Godzilla.
That's true. So
two more next.
Is it?
What two?
Yes, it is. Yeah, no, you're right.
Destroy All
there
Monsters
it
number
is.
9, Godzilla's Revenge is 10, Hedorah's 11, Gigan is 12, Megalon 13, Mechagodzilla 14,
I
Terror
I
Mechagodzilla
remember
15.
the list. I remember the list. I'm
16
trying to search
is
for the
Godzilla
posters.
1985, 17 is Biollante, 18 is Ghidorah,
Okay.
19
I put
is...
this at C tier because I don't actually. Every time I
Destroy All
rewatch it, I think it gets a
Monsters,
little worse. I don't know.
the humans are not good in that movie. Like, they drag the movie down a lot. The monster stuff's cool, but like a lot of the monsters aren't given enough screen time. Like, I mean, I've kind of had, like, when I was younger, I really liked it, and then as I got older, I'm like, yeah, this one's really not as good. But I've like kind of grown more appreciative of it, like upon rewatching it again and again. But like still, like there's like a part of the movie that just kind of just I just blank, I space out of it.
Yeah.
But like the final battle is pretty awesome. But like I wish the other monsters had more things to do. So there's some cool stuff in there. I love how I
You know
love
what I
the
should
fact that
do?
Manila is the one who ultimately kills King Ghidorah. Think about that.
Right, that's
Manila
technically
kills King
true.
Ghidorah. It is. Manila is the first monster to technically kill King. He's the last one he got the final blow, and so Manila is the one who kills King Ghidorah. Think about
That's
that.
pretty stupid.
Godzilla didn't kill King. He killed him
Godzilla's
before his own
Revenge
death.
is Godzilla's Revenge is
No.
F tier. I'm not even talking
No,
about
no.
that. We're moving on.
No, it goes A plus. Put that right at number 1. Why is that F tier? It's genius. Unacceptable. Unacceptable.
Moving on. Hedorah. Where's Hedorah?
Okay,
there it
Hedorah
is.
is definitely lower tier. That one is just fucking
I'm
weird.
I'm gonna throw this one at C or no. I'll do it at D.
Godzilla's
Actually,
Revenge
just because
Godzilla's Revenge. Come on, you can't put Godzilla's Revenge as an F.
I have to. It's a fail.
The anime trilogy is an F. Godzilla, give it at least a D. Godzilla says
I can make final judgments at the end. We can always change things around.
Boo. Gigan is next.
All right. I know what's next.
Gigan!
All right. This one is going A tier for me. And this is only because of nostalgia. It's not that great, but the ending is fantastic.
Megalon's next. Rise up. Megalon. Yeah, Megalon's definitely... Megalon. Toga. Oh. Probably C or B. Like, again, I still like these movies, but like if we're going based on a ranking,
I'll throw Megalon D tier. It's pretty bad.
But it has some
moments. I can't. I don't know. We'll see about that.
I still like Megalon more than Hedorah. Hedorah is like the weakest of... Why is Raids Against so high? Raids Against is like the worst of the Showa era.
I love that movie.
That one's the worst of the Showa era.
This is another one you'll grill me about because of HBO Max, but I have not seen the original Mechagodzilla one.
That might be my favorite of the Showa era. Like, it's that and Mothra vs. Godzilla are the top 2. And Godzilla.
In my defense, the DVDs for both that one and Son of Godzilla were like exceeding $60 the last time I checked.
I remember trying to find it. Well, Criterion has the Blu-ray set, so... But the thing is, like, you want the DVDs because they include both versions. And I'll say this, Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, the DVD, I remember when 2014 came out, I was trying to, like, when I was doing my 30 days of Godzilla stuff, I was trying to get all the movies. And I got lucky. I went on eBay. It was $20, but there was no picture on there, like, to verify if it really was the DVD. And I got it, and I'm like, sweet. Like, because I was outbidding people for it, and, like, they didn't put a picture up, but I just had to, like, blindly buy it. So I got Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla on DVD as a result.
All right. Terror of... You know what? I'll put this one at...
I'm surprised you see Terror, but
I
not the original.
I do kind of like this one, but I'll throw it at C for now. It's nothing awful, but it's nothing that I really want to come back to purposely. Okay,
so
84.
The Heisei. 84 is...
84...
It's kind of
I'll
mixed.
throw it at B.
Like, 84 is kind of mixed and stuff too, because like I like elements of it, but like upon rewatching, I'm like, there's still Showa era films that are better. Biollante is another one too, where like that one, it just kind of drags a bit too much at certain points, but it has the most unique. It has a very interesting plot, and like Biollante is such a creative monster. All right,
I'm gonna add another row. Wait. Need rewatch. Some of these I really haven't seen in a long time.
Okay, so Biollante,
Biollante will be the first on that list because
Ghidorah.
I attempted to watch this. I attempted to rewatch it a couple months ago, and I couldn't sit through the first 20 minutes. I will say the beginning of that movie, it's like an 80s action chase kind of thing, if I can remember, but I don't remember.
Biollante definitely drags a lot at certain points. So,
Ghidorah, I'm gonna say.
Okay, Ghidorah 91's probably my favorite of the Heisei. That one is like that's
poster. Oh, there it is.
Right there. They need the other poster. So that one I put like that one. Take that, you dinosaur. That one I just love that one. That one's the one I've seen the most in the Heisei era of films.
I will say that I have not seen the Japanese cut. The English dub is so bad,
but it's amazing.
But I won't let it drag the rating of the movie down. I'll say that.
Take that, you. The plot is so like it's so ridiculous.
Take that, you dinosaur.
M11. That's fucking great. After
definitely
that,
you
have Mothra 92, which is definitely probably lower tier. That one I put lower tier.
Oh my god. Okay. What's next? Mothra 92.
Mothra 92. That's lower.
I really just am so neutral on that movie. Batra's not even that cool.
Batra's better in his Lara form when he has Rodan's freaking roar.
That's true. But they recycle that roar anyway for Ghidorah in the 91. So
yeah. After that we have Mechagodzilla 2, which is awesome.
I will put this one at A tier. There we go.
Oh wow. Mechagodzilla usually means like a good movie. Like actual Mechagodzilla. I'm not talking City on the Edge of Battle because that doesn't count because Mechagodzilla's not in it.
Where is Space? There it is.
Space Godzilla,
I love this poster, by the way.
Yeah, I'll say this: Space Godzilla is underrated. It's there's
Hong
things
Kong?
to rip on.
Why does that look like the tower?
That's
weird.
Kyushu is where they went to, and that one.
I watched this
then
one
we have
a lot.
Destroya.
Actually, I'll put that as B tier, I guess. Whoops, not that one. Let's see. Where should I put this one? This is a tough one too.
It's fucking lagging like crazy right now.
See, I'm thinking
Destroya. It's more notable for the emotions. I'd say maybe
know.
B. Well, I mean, like the human cast because of the emotional stuff. That's what that's what elevates that movie, is the emotional stuff of the monsters. 98. 98 gets an F. That's a lot of fish.
Well, this is tough though because it's always dependent on how you judge it. Because for my enjoyment's sake, I'd probably put it at C.
Even as a, it's tough. Like I tried rewatching it, I'm like, God, this sucks. Like it's not good. It's a tough sit. It's boring.
I find it to be extremely fun and charming because it is pretty bad, but I still, for my enjoyment level, which is kind of what I'm basing this off of, I'll put it here because a movie like Megalon is just so bad that I'm like, what even is this? Like, it's not even enjoyable to me. So I'll throw it at
Megalon has more charm to it than 98. Megalon has the tail slide, Godzilla shaking hands, Gigan is
but I like the shitty 90s action movie thing. So I don't know. What's
Godzilla 2000?
Need a rewatch.
Category. Okay, 2000. Like I was kind of hard on last. Okay, Megaguirus, I rewatched it. It's pretty dull for a lot of it. There's some cool moments, but like the score is great.
Read my mind with that one. I'm gonna throw this one at D.
Come on, Godzilla's Revenge is better than Megaguirus.
No. Okay, maybe.
Yes.
I'll put this at F.
Has more charm. It's more creative. Boy, look at this shitty tier list that you got going on here. Okay, GMK. That's an A. That's at least an A.
I haven't seen this one in a long time either. I'll put it in I'm so hesitant to like put these high though. Did you order food?
The original Godzilla is not my favorite though. Like it's iconic, but there's still like issues with it too. Like the human cast for outside of Serizawa there's really no interesting characters. Maybe Dr. Yamane.
I mean, they have like the love triangle thing, which is something.
Yeah, and that's
I guess,
like
but...
yeah, like I said, Dr. Serizawa is good.
Well, Dr. Yamane's cool though.
But yeah, but Emiko and Ogata are just really kind of forgettable characters. Like I mean,
quote Nick Jackson, "Fuck Emiko."
Oh man. Okay, so
X Mechagodzilla. Which one is that?
That one. Akane should have been the main lead. That one's pretty awesome. I like that one. Tokyo SOS is another solid one. That one's mostly action, but I like.
Also need a rewatch.
Then we have Final Wars.
I watched both of those movies the day I bought the DVD, and I never touched them again.
Yeah, you got to rewatch them.
I definitely do.
Final Wars. Final Wars is insane.
I like Final Wars, but I think it's kind of slipped as time goes on. It gets less and less interesting. But also looking at it, I can't put it next to Godzilla 98, so I'll put it on the P tier.
All right. 2014.
2014. You already know where this shit's going.
Oh, I can't do it. I can't put it at A+ because I have too many gripes with it. It's still good. I put A and B range. Okay, the anime trilogy, the whole entire anime.
No,
trilogy.
Shin Godzilla was next technically.
Oh yeah, Shin Godzilla, which you haven't seen.
Haven't seen.
We got two on HBO Max you can watch this weekend. Son of Godzilla will warm your heart.
You know what? I'll do a reaction. Movie reactions are popular now. I'll do a full movie reaction to both of them.
You can't show any footage because you'll get copyright takedown.
Except all the channels that do.
Yeah. All right. Next is the anime trilogy, which put that at F. That goes to all
that
three
one's
of those.
An F. That one's an F. This one, I really.
No. We sat through all three of them. You were miserable. That's an F.
I'll leave it there. Yeah, I'll leave it there.
This one gets
where am I putting this, Daddy?
Come on, you can't be serious putting it next to 98. So much better. Oh, you chode.
I love the image of that.
No way. Put 98 at least a D.
This is my enjoyment.
You know what? Your enjoyment list is stupid.
Someone's putting me the Kong one too.
Oh yeah, King Kong Lives gets an F. And then that's all you need to know.
I'll do that in a minute. Let's see. Is there anything I want to change?
You want to put King of the Monsters at least a B.
I don't know.
I put Mothra vs. Godzilla higher.
I think it's overrated.
That one's
overrated,
it's still
bro.
Pretty solid. Original King Kong vs. Godzilla, I'd probably lower.
This is my enjoyment.
I know, but Godzilla's Revenge is not an F.
Megaguirus was such a. All right, I'll download it.
The score, like you can obviously pick up. The Millennium films are so easy to pick up, like pretty cheap.
Bitch.
But yeah. All right. Well, that's your list. I haven't even paid attention to the comments or at all.
Whoa! I can look at the community rank. Wow. Okay, there's more viewers now that I've actually ended the segment. Nice.
How many viewers are on this thing?
That makes sense. 41.
I can't even see it. 41. Wow. See, and you know what? Where are my shut up Sean's in the chat? Were there any there? I'm trying to find.
There is none. Oh, there he is. There's Jack. Right in time for my
What up, y'all? What do you want? I feel like
Bigford
talking when Meg calls him. Yeah? Come on, what do you want?
Hey, Jack. How you doing?
I've been hesitant to come on because today, man, I am physically exhausted. I'm working my second job now, so now things are opening up. So I've just been basically very tired. I've been going around a lot of places, and but I'm alive. I'm alive. I feel bad because I haven't been able to post that many videos this week, but I'm going to try to get on them this weekend, hopefully, depending on what's happening. But I've just been so preoccupied with my second job because it's been paying me well. So,
Okay.
Well,
All right. Let's do this. We'll watch your King Kong tier rankings.
What's up?
All right. I'm going to watch this King Kong ranking thing, and then I got to get going.
All right.
There we go. Shut up, Sean.
Okay, so,
All right, 33. Where the fuck is it?
Okay, so what are the ratings? How does this rating work? Before you do anything, how does this rating work?
All right, A, B, and C, and D are like, that's standard. And then S is just like God tier, I guess.
Yeah, 33 goes in S.
You know what?
I would.
I don't agree with it. I rewatched 33. There's some gripes with it.
Oh, so cancel King Kong because it's stereotypical and bad and horrible.
Like, I understand it's very iconic, but like, I mean,
fuck this old grandpa black and white shit.
Hey, the original Gojira is a better movie than King Kong.
No, it's a more adult story.
Like, the thing with King Kong, though, like, I'll tell you what, Jack Driscoll is awful. Carl Denham's the only interesting character in that movie.
Faye Ray's an icon.
Well, I mean, there you go. They both have.
There's not much.
They both have similar problems because Serizawa and Yamane are some of the only good things about the humans in that movie, and I'd say
but even
Robert
then, like,
Armstrong,
the grim nature, like the visual storytelling too. Like, again, there's pros and cons of the original King Kong and the original Godzilla. I don't know, like, I really like Denham in the original King Kong, but like Jack Driscoll's, we have to endure so much of the movie with this guy, and he just sucks.
It would have been better if he was played by a time-traveling Bruce Campbell.
Oh my God, yes, Bruce Campbell would have been amazing. I don't know, like, I mean, I understand putting it up as an S here. I'm just, for me, like, upon rewatching it again, I'm like, I really liked it, but like, Peter Jackson did better. So that's one of the reasons I can't.
Well, we'll get to that.
I'm going to send
Son of Kong
the link in case he wants to join later. But anyway, my next one, Son of Kong. I watched this. I found it on, like, I think Vimeo or Dailymotion. This movie, I'd say it's got a lot of heart. I'll put it at
it's B. Yeah, it's okay. You know what it is? It's funny. It's kind of the same thing with Konga. Everything's good up till they get to the fucking giant monkey shit.
Yeah, Son of Kong is B,
like,
C,
all the
like,
stuff with Denham and the crew and their second job after the fall of Kong, like an epilogue. That's the good stuff. But once you get to Skull Island, it's like a totally different movie, and it's really rushed, and it's really like it was like an afterthought.
Because the Skull Island's frame rate got cut in half.
Yeah, because they couldn't afford the budget, and then. It's kind of the same thing with what was it, Konga? Because Konga, all the stuff with the doctor Michael Goff and all that stuff, that shit's great. But when Konga becomes a giant gorilla, it's like, this is stupid now.
Okay. All right. What do we got next? We have King Kong versus Godzilla, which I think is better than Son of Kong.
I put this one at A on my Godzilla list, so I'm going to put it at A here.
It's one of my favorite Godzilla movies. I'll admit. King Kong Escapes, I say, is about a B or a C. Even.
Oh man, like rewatching that one. I gotta finish that movie. I feel bad because Jack wasn't the actress just dubbed over by another actress.
Yeah, she was.
Oh my God, the actress they got to dub her. No, Kong, no.
Oh my God.
I love Doctor Who. I love Doctor Who in that movie.
Watching the Japanese cut of this one kind of restored my faith in it because I had gotten a little bored of it, admittedly. But
that was Paul Frees, right, Sean? Doctor Who.
Doctor Who was, it was the guy from Godzilla's Revenge.
I know, but like the dubber was that was Paul Frees, I think, right?
I don't know. Was it the same guy they got to dub Nelson and Mothra? I don't know, but he's like, "Oh, I will reach the girl." I don't know, but like Doctor Who is great in that movie.
Because I know
Susan-
he's dubbed. I know he's dubbed by the same guy who plays the burglar meister in Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
Oh yeah, that sounds like him. Definitely sounds
Just with more German, just with more German shit.
Yeah. Okay. So what do we got next?
Hey, Rankin Bass makes sense.
Yeah.
Escape from it be. I like it. I think it's fun.
Kong 76 is pretty solid.
That is an S. That is an S. You put that shit on the S where it belongs.
I dare you to put it on an
Ryan.
A. Put it on an A.
Ryan. Ryan.
You know what?
Put in-
I because there's so few movies, I'd feel stupid making a list of things I need to rewatch, but I definitely need to rewatch it. For now, I'll leave it in the middle.
Put it at an A. You put that shit on an A right now, young man.
I'll come back to it.
Suck
King
it.
Kong lives it. I'll put it at a C because I don't want to give it an F or a D.
No.
I think it's an
Put
F.
it in a D F. Put it in an F minus. It's awful.
I
No,
probably
I like
should
King
rewatch
Kong.
it.
I like King Kong. No, I'll admit, I like King Kong Lives. It's like The Room for me. It's a guilty pleasure. It's so bad, it's good.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna
05 is an A. 05 is an A.
05
That's
is an
what
Oh,
F.
it's an A.
05 is an S.
It's an
I don't know.
A because
05 is
as
great.
much as it's a loving tribute and expansion of the story and it's Peter Jackson's love for the original, it needed a bit more originality in it.
Yeah, that is a bit of a fault too. I can see. I just think because the relationship between, I just think Naomi Watts was a better lead than Faye Ray. Like she's the best of the Anderos, like by far.
It's just more so just it needed more of its original story that is still like it's telling the
Right.
original story but doing something new. That's what made the 76 film great is that
Right, and this. I appreciate that. I think too. Like by the time we got Jackson's thing, we didn't need like a third remake of King Kong. Like that's why I was so happy with Skull Island because they did something different.
Well, it's
yeah,
why
Skull
96
Island's an A. It's an A.
Wait a minute. I was gonna say Parakokic in the chat. He says Kong 76 is a D. If I can get him on here, we can finally have that debate between you and him, Jack.
He puts it under a D because that's Dwan's name. I put it at an A. I'll put Skull Island at an A. It's one of the better of the MonsterVerse movies.
I-
Hell,
Yeah.
you know what's funny?
Fuck it.
You know what's funny? Technically, you could just start the MonsterVerse with Kong Skull Island. You don't really need Godzilla 2014.
Yeah, 2014 is more of a
it-
standalone movie. Like I mean, because
Well-
chronologically, it's first.
Here's why you don't really need it, but here's why why it works on its own is because that movie is from the perspective of the humans that didn't know Monarch existed. They were just coming out of the woodwork and they just found out about them. So you probably could skip it because it's kind of from the perspective of more Aaron Taylor Johnson and the general public than it is the actual like Monarch people. So
Yeah,
you don't really get a ton of exposition on it. You probably could actually.
I mean, you
Okay.
hear about Monarch in Kong Skull Island for the first time. You know, it's like it's just over time. 2014 has just gotten worse.
Hey, no, it's not.
Hey, you missed the arguments earlier. He put it at S plus, like or whatever it was, like S tier for 2014. I debated him
Yeah.
on that. He put KOTM at like what is it C, like right next to Godzilla 98, and I'm like, how dare you? He put Godzilla
No, you know what it
Revenge
is?
as an
It's like I remember when 2014 came out, it did make my top 10. But over time, it's just I think it was the hype afterwards. Like I was so pumped up afterwards, and then watching it again and again, and the more time I watched it, the more I got bored.
I will. One
All
thing
right.
I'll say about my explanation for this being up here on S is just I can't get over like the soundtrack, especially to Kong 5, and then just the visuals too. I think
First of all, one that's James Newton Howard, the guy.
know.
If you want to know his resume, I mean, he did my favorite score of all time, Waterworld. You need to go listen to the Waterworld soundtrack. That soundtrack. Say what you will about the movie, but the soundtrack is his best work. Have you ever seen Waterworld, Ryan?
no, I haven't.
Think Mad
It's
Max,
pretty-
but on
yeah.
water.
It's okay.
I know
Like,
what it is.
it's-
Kevin Costner, right?
Yeah, think Mad Max, but it's in water instead of a desert.
Okay.
And
All right.
it's actually
Well,
pretty solid, but the score is amazing. He also did James Newton Howard. He also did Dinosaur, the Disney film.
He did Commando. Or
Did
no, that was James
Commando, he
Horner.
did-
That was, wait, no,
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 that was
no,
James Horner, not James Newton Howard.
James Horner,
He also
yeah,
did
my bad.
what?
My bad. He worked on Batman Begins as well. So
Yeah, he did. He also did the 2004 Peter Pan. He's a good composer.
yep.
But
I'll
yeah,
just
and then in terms of the visuals, you wouldn't believe this, Ryan, but even though like there's all this amazing CGI and stuff that still holds up in the Peter Jackson film, believe it or not, all of Skull Island and most of the Venture was all practical. So the Venture was a real ship, and it was also a set ship, and it was also a model. And then Skull Island was all miniatures. Like all the jungles, like in the wide shots, were all miniatures and matte paintings. The only things that were really CGI were the compositing and the creatures.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna have to get going.
Okay. Well, see you, Sean.
All right. Well, I'll see you guys later. Jack, good to see you. Ryan, good to see you. Congratulations on 5,000 subs. You can subscribe to JT's Reborn. Get him to 2,000 so he can release that video finally. So,
Yes.
Yeah. All right. You know it's gonna happen. So congratulations again, sir. 5,000. That's a big deal. So yeah.
Thanks.
All right. Can I get a shut in the chat before I leave? I just want one, and then
Spam
head on
it. Shut
out.
up, Sean. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. There we go. No, never mind. That's a goodbye.
There we
Sean.
go.
Nice.
Shut the fuck up, Sean.
Yep. All right. Later. Fuck you two, and I'll see you guys later. All right, chat. You're awesome. Bye bye.
See ya.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm still here, man. I'll still chat. I'm just,
That's cool.
got nothing better to do. It's just, it's been very exhausting. I've been like trying, like my second job's actually been doing really well. So that means I've had to go around everywhere for things. And I think I actually fucked up my wrist a little bit too. So.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
What was I saying? Oh, right. Congo 5. The green screen is a little weak, I will say, nowadays.
Well, the Stampede, like there's some, well, you know what? There's actually, again, do you have the Ultimate Edition Blu-ray?
I have the Ultimate Edition. I don't believe it's Blu-ray though.
But it only came in Blu-ray. It only are you talking about the DVD, the extended, like the 3-disc DVD?
I think maybe I have that. I think I have like
get the Ultimate Edition Blu-ray. You can get it for like $5, but it comes with everything. There's a fascinating, because they did a series called the Post-Production or the Production Diaries, where it was like
that stuff.
Yeah, on Kong is King, they would show like a weekly set of documentaries before the movie's release, like these little web documentaries. And when they got into post-production, they showed actually the process of compositing all the green screen stuff and how much they actually had to literally paint out frame by frame. It's an amazing process. You think, how much fucking time do these guys have? So, and this is like 2005 computers.
Yep.
So, like I would definitely recommend those to just see the process. But yeah, the green screen is a bit of an issue. But yeah, all of Skull Island, like in terms of like environments, were mostly miniatures. It was matte paintings. I mean, this is the same people who did Lord of the Rings. Like Lord of the Rings, all the castles were models and stuff. The only thing that was really fully CG in terms of an environment was actually New York. Because
I learned recently that Skull Island was miniatures. I thought it was literally all CG. Like, what about the wall? Like the wide shots.
The wall was miniature. It was all miniatures.
That's amazing.
They just added some CG elements. Like I think the lava stuff was CG.
Okay.
But like the things like because they had to like they still use blue screen with the models and then replace it with like a matte painting in the background. But all that stuff is miniatures. Like that whole T-Rex fight. That's all the jungle stuff is miniatures, is models. And so with New York, all of New York was all, aside from the interior sets, were all, and some exteriors, was CGI because they actually thought about shooting in New York, but they realized that would be impossible given the changes. And then they thought, why don't we go shoot in the Universal backlot? And Jackson was like, I don't want to do a backlot. So they built a backlot in New Zealand. And in Wellington, and they shot this in a whole area of Wellington down in the city of there. And then so basically they would build the whole streets of New York, but they only built like the first 40 feet. The first 40 feet of all the buildings, and then the rest would take over with CGI.
Mm-hmm.
So, and what was funny is in the documentary, they had planned to have a digital New York all the way back in '96, and when they canceled it they canceled it in '96 and did Lord of the Rings. When they got back to doing the production around 2003, like right around the end of Return of the King, they took all those old low resolution New York digital sets that they had planned, and they used that for the previs, like for the animatics.
Yeah, when I talked to Boyd Sherman, he said they were going to do that for Godzilla versus the Griffin all the way back in '94. They were going to have to invent shit to do that, because 3D CG sets is not easy.
Did they say if they were going to do like practical effects, like in terms of like Godzilla himself, or was it going to be mostly CG?
You didn't watch my interview? No, okay. So
I missed out. I apologize. I'll take a look at it, but
it's interesting. I asked him a question about Batman Forever and Speed and stuff like that. But
he worked on those?
Yes.
Shit.
Yeah, him and Jan de Bont knew each other well from commercials and stuff. So he helped him with Speed, and then when Jan did Godzilla, he offered Boyd to help him with effects. So he said that they were going to do totally CG for Godzilla and the Griffin, but he said that they did a test where they had like a big practical. I think what did he say the guy's name was? Something Fraser, John Fraser, something. It was a practical destruction scene where they actually destroyed like a hut that they built, and they were going to put a CG Godzilla in there, but they never actually finalized that. But the destruction, he said, a lot of it was going to be practical.
You know what would be great? I don't know if you've ever seen the documentary "The Death of Superman Lives."
No.
Okay, it was a documentary released a couple of years ago, but it was basically in the late '90s. The Batman movies of Batman Forever and stuff were doing really well, so they wanted to push more of that, and they were banking on Batman and Robin to be a big deal breaker, like a big kind of like let's go. And at the same time, they hired Tim Burton to make Superman Lives, the next Superman movie, with Nicolas Cage as Superman.
Yeah, I know about it.
Right? Well, it's been such a fascinating production. They made a documentary about it, and how like there was going to be a cameo from Batman and all this stuff. And it's a great documentary. And I'm thinking there's got to be more of those out there. Like I would love to see a documentary, like a feature-length documentary on the making of Godzilla versus the Griffin.
I did that.
I know, but I'm talking about like feature length, like the Donkey Kong meme, just feature length, just like an hour and a half of just discussing, like with all the people who were working on it at the time.
I mean, mine's like 47 minutes long. I got one guy. I did what I could do, but right.
Well, that's the thing. Like, if anything, do a compilation of all the videos and all the discussions, and just do a compilation as a documentary. And man, if they have that footage, I mean, if they obviously did a test. That footage should be somewhere in like an archive at Sony or something.
I believe he said that they may have filmed it, but they may have. I don't know if they did actually. I think he meant to say like they tested that destruction, and then they were going to shoot that as their first shoot in Oregon. It's like a fishing village scene where Godzilla first appears, and basically like the original his first appearance. And they were going to film that as their first thing. So they had the test for the practicals, but I don't believe they got it filmed, because I believe like they were literally setting up to go to that location when the plug was pulled. So I don't think they have any footage from it though. Which
I mean, like if they did, what it means is like when you do a test, you've obviously shot something before you filmed it to do like a mock-up, right? So the mock-up footage must be in like an archive in Sony or something, you know? You'd be surprised what you find, like, because there's like I guarantee there's so many things out there in archives in Hollywood that would be like a treasure trove. Like I'm trying to think. Like I mean, now the fact that only now we're getting the extended TV cut of Kong 76 on Blu-ray in widescreen is actually a miracle, because I've heard for years that the reason they could never release that cut is because apparently the negative of that version was in really bad shape.
Yeah.
So that was the longest rumor. And I don't know, like, I mean, even I, like, you know, because for the longest time we had to rely on bootlegs, right? We had to rely on bootleg versions, either taped off television, or from my perspective, I actually knew a guy who had a 16 millimeter print of the extended cut, and he had scanned it onto VHSs and then DVD and everything. And I got a copy from him. The picture is so dark but the quality is way better than what you see. It's sharper than what you see in like the TV recordings. And I asked him if there was, because he still has the film, if it was possible to get that scanned, like to get that digitally scanned for better quality prints. And he said that it's in such bad shape that it would be, even if you tried to scan it, it would be like, it would probably damage the film.
True.
So, and that's the thing too. It's like, I don't know if you've heard the story about how the reason they can't release the original unaltered version of Star Wars is because Lucasfilm stated that the prints are in really bad shape. They are like they haven't been fixed up in years. Well,
nowadays we have the technology to restore basically anything.
Exactly. I wanted to get to that in a sec, but even in the documentary The People versus George Lucas, there's been rumors that George, when he did the special editions in '97, he actually destroyed the negatives.
Damn.
No, and here's the whole thing is that it's that, and then it's also possible that George Lucas had it in his deal with Disney in the contracts that one of the articles would state they would never release those.
Oh.
That was probably part of the deal. It's like, okay, you can do this, but just don't release those. I don't like them. And I've heard a theory. I heard this from my old boss at my old work, that the reason George did the special editions, it wasn't because he felt the movies didn't look good. It was actually a legal issue. Because in 1983, after the release of Return of the Jedi, Marsha, who was his wife at the time, actually filed a divorce and left him to raise his daughter. And according to a weird law in California, if you divorce your spouse, they get half of whatever you make.
Yeah.
They get half your rights and half your revenue. So George figured so that means Star Wars, all the billions of dollars George was making, he had to pay half to his wife. Right? Yep. So George's strategy was, if I change the movies enough where they are a totally different product, I get full custody. And that's why he did it.
That's wacky.
He just did it because he wanted to get away from paying his wife anything. So his wife must have been that much of a bitch to be like, I'm not paying you shit. I'm willing to sacrifice the quality of the movies of my fans just so I don't have to pay this wench.
One thing that I want to bring up, I just wanted to do this because I was thinking about it.
I just want to say I love that meme, by the way.
Oh, yeah. So I don't know if anybody knows about this Spider-Man show, but speaking of like fans and people doing things like nowadays that they could never do, this is a group of guys that are actually working on making a season 2 for this animated show.
You know what? I remember watching it and I actually really hated it.
I loved this thing. It was on MTV. It was like super mature. It was really cool. I have the DVD.
Well, it's only because like I grew up with the 90s cartoon, and that's why I really enjoyed the Sam Raimi films. They're almost like a perfect live action version of the 90s cartoon. But when I saw this new series, I'm like, this is not the Spider-Man I grew up with. So I was just sticking with the movies at the time. I know the cartoon this one has its fans, but it just wasn't for me, honestly. It was for a different audience.
I watched the 90s one as well. I had a DVD of it. But I just want to like go to one of their tests because they had a really they did like a really cool a couple tests that they did.
So was there like, because I remember it kind of seeing it briefly, was there like sex shit in this or something?
It was I don't exactly, I mean, not like explicitly, but there was some adult shit. Just want to take a look. These are like, that looks almost exactly like the show. That's insane.
That's pretty good, although it looks very PlayStation 2.
That's what the show looked like. The show was an experimental 3D CGI kind of cartoon.
I would use CGI, but it's just, it just takes out the magic of practical effects.
I think this one they show, because technically this show takes place, this is like a separate timeline. This is post the Sam Raimi film, but it takes place in the timeline of the Daredevil 2003 movie. So
you know what's funny too? I don't know if you heard this, but apparently there's a group of fans doing kind of the same thing. They're doing a fan film version of Spider-Man 4 that Sam Raimi was going to make, but they're making it themselves.
That's excellent.
Like apparently, from what I heard, they have a script from it, and they're
I would
using
watch
they're using that script to adapt the movie, and they're also just trying to take notes that the finalized notes that Raimi had. So, I was at a flea market one time, and I came across one of the Cameron scripts, because I don't know if you know that in the 90s, James Cameron wanted to do a Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, I actually talk about it in my my documentary that he wasn't available to direct Godzilla because of his Spider-Man project.
Okay, you know what? James Cameron's Godzilla sounds amazing.
He said that he liked the script, but it wasn't something that he felt like he would be best for. He said,
You know what? I don't think Godzilla is necessarily something that would be up Cameron's alley unless it had Mechagodzilla, right? Because, him and machines. But if anything, okay, tell me if this sounds great. James Cameron's Mobile Suit Gundam.
I literally haven't seen that, so I couldn't say.
Okay, you haven't
yes
seen
or no.
Gundam. I think it rings excellence. It rings quality. If I can make a recommendation for a Gundam series, Ryan, I'd recommend Gundam Seed. It's basically Star Trek meets Top Gun. Did you ever watch any Star Trek?
Yes, I have.
Okay. It's more like Star Trek Next Gen, and then take like the hotshot pilot aspect of Top Gun. It's actually a pretty solid series.
Let's see. What was I going to look at? I literally just had something I was going to talk about.
I still need to watch that too, The Mandalorian.
I'm done with Star Wars.
I heard it was good. I heard it was good, so I do want to watch it at some point.
I'm done with Marvel. I'm done.
Get behind the camera.
Yes, it was get behind the camera.
No, dude, I quit after Grandpa died.
I keep up just in case he posts Grandpa stuff.
Just because it had its moments, but then post Grandpa's death, which was really depressing and shit, it just got very boring.
Well, he's also kind of clickbaity.
Yeah, true. Or did they just have a kid? Did they have their kid yet?
Yeah, they already have a second one coming.
Okay, yeah, because I wasn't too sure if Bridget was still pregnant. I was gonna cut to Peter Griffin okay, Bonnie, you've been pregnant for 3 years. Either have the kid or don't.
I was thinking that. That's great. Oh God. Damn. What else could I show? I had this. This is kind of toxic, but it's still funny. We can take a trip down this.
Oh no, what's this? No. Twitter's full of R-rated shit. That's cute. That's cute. But you're gonna end up in the hentai department. Don't do it, Ryan. You're gonna get demonetized.
We're here.
Well, I'll say that at some point, Ryan, you did obviously a lot of the canceled Godzilla productions. I'm actually saying I'm going to give you permission on this. Do one on Kong. Do the canceled Kong stuff. That would be a good thing for your videos.
I don't know what other things I could do that you haven't said, though.
I don't know. You could. It's called expressing your opinion.
I guess so, but I tried to make the Griffin one very, without except for a couple humorous things I put in there. I try to keep it really objective.
Yeah, it's something to consider because, I think that would be a good thing for your channel, and it's just all. Yeah, I talked about the majority of it, but all I would say you could do is express your opinion and kind of word it a little different than what I would have done.
I could tell you what my next plan is.
Okay.
I was thinking that since I already did that thing and I got an interview and I was able to do that. And obviously as my channel gets bigger and I have more leverage, I was thinking, what if I could do a documentary on the 1983 one and I could get William Stout for an interview, because that seems like that would be interesting. Rick Baker would be too high up for me to get an interview with him.
If I got Rick Baker, I'd shit my pants. If you got Rick Baker, I'd be pissed off.
I would make sure to ask him some calm questions, but
only because I've wanted to meet that guy. That guy's one of my idols. And if you get Rick Baker and you don't invite me, we're gonna have issues, dude.
So yeah, William Stout. But everyone's so old. From like the reason why Boy Shermis worked out is because he's like 61, or I don't even know if he's in his 60s yet.
I mean, I've considered, because I mean, I got Mary Gullerman, I got Linda Miller, very nice people, by the way. There's a couple people I do want to interview, Kong and not Kong, like just a prime example. Like I would love to interview, because I have a few people who work at Weta who had a hand in the '96 production, and among other things, like they worked on Lord of the Rings and a bunch of other shit. One of them's a sculptor at Weta, and one of them's a designer. I mean, I actually did have the privilege before he passed away. I was at Fan Expo. I got to talk to Bernie Wrightston, who did a lot of the artwork for '96. And so he was a huge hand in that episode. But I'm trying to think who else I would want to talk to. I mean, I could talk to David Kay. David Kay is a voice actor. He's the voice of Sesshomaru on Inuyasha, but he's also the voice of the bad guy in Kong the Animated Series.
Yeah.
So I would probably get a hold of David Kay next, but like things like a lot of Canadian voice actors I would love to interview. I know a lot of them who worked on Sailor Moon that were dubbed here in Toronto. They're friends of mine, actually, really nice people. They would be fun to talk to. I can't really think of anybody else that I could probably get. It would be nice to talk to more people involved with like some of the canceled productions. I mean, even like some of the people who worked on the rides, like that would be something.
Right. So for this movie, I think would be harder because everyone's older, because it was an early '80s production. But like Steve Miner, I don't know if I could contact him because I don't think he has a website. But William Stout has a website showing off his artwork, and he has contact info. That's how I got a hold of Boyd Shermis. So I was thinking maybe I could like do that, because as I tweeted the other day, he apparently did Kong comic book work, which I didn't know that. Yeah. So I can find his website.
Well, give him a good word in for me, because, you know, put the plug in for me. I did also want to point out, oh shit, what was it? God damn. Yeah, like, I mean, I know a few people who worked on the Kong ride. Like, there's a guy I know, his name's Ron Knight, and he is, again, sort of a voice talent, but he provided, if you go look at ride footage from Confrontation, he's all the radio chatter voices in that ride.
Right.
So he's like the chopper guys and stuff like that. I mean, it's good to have connections, honestly. And I think right now with COVID and everything, interviews have been the way to go for a lot of people.
So yeah, these are two of his comic book covers that he apparently did for King Kong stuff.
Yeah, which comic is that? Because I've been trying to find that one.
I don't know. He just literally has the art. That's all I know.
I think it's like an adaptation of 33. It's just the I think it's a very hard comic to come by right now. Like, especially I just want to get like a reproduction of the of like a whole book of it. That's how I buy my comics. I don't buy the individual issues.
I was gonna see if I could find pictures of, because there's that great picture of him with the figure. Damn it. Why the hell?
You know what? I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of the design.
This is William Stout with his Godzilla design from 1983. I believe they were going to do, oh god, I think it was stop motion and animatronic combination.
It was actually, you know, if anything, it probably would have been go motion.
I know that they got Rick Baker to design large scale animatronics for like his head and stuff like that.
Do you know what go motion is, though?
I do not.
Okay, Go Motion was designed by stop motion animator Phil Tippett, who resume, you know, Empire Strikes Back. He did all the walkers. He was the dinosaur supervisor, animation supervisor on Jurassic Park. He did the RoboCop trilogy, all the stop motion for RoboCop. He's a really great talent. He in the mid 80s, when he was working on, I think, Dragon Slayer, created a new version of stop motion called Go Motion, which it's stop motion, but they add a motion blur to make it match more realistically with live action footage. Because when you see like a Harryhausen movie, all the stop motion, every time a sword came down, like on say a skeleton, that sword fight, they didn't put in a motion blur like you see here. They'd have to like you literally
Choppy.
every frame. So it made it more. So when you add the motion blur, it adds more resemblance to real life. So Phil Tippett had perfected that in the 80s with Dragon Slayer. He did a dinosaur stop motion short called Prehistoric Beast, which I would highly recommend. So my guess is had they gone through production on this, they probably would have hired him to create stop motion puppets and done it all in go motion to give Godzilla a bit more smoothness in the animation instead of looking all jerky.
True, that could have worked. But no, the story of this one is great. I mean, the Griffin story is awesome, but this one's so cool because it was the 80s, so they tapped into the Cold War at the time, which was there. It was a story about like a KGB agent and shit like that in this movie, and it was really good.
I want to see like my favorite Godzilla canceled design is probably the Winston Godzilla because like I want that as a figure.
Yeah, so I actually asked Boyd Shermis about his interactions with Stan, and he said that everyone should go watch the interview, by the way. But he said that him and Jan de Bont, they talked to Stan about how they would do the movie. But I think other than actually like his design, kind of being so his design was not the one that was done by the official artist of the movie, which is Richard Delgado. So he was a guy that actually was hired to do art. So he did a 3D model of his design, as did the Griffin dude. So I don't know if Winston's design would have actually been final. But Stan was technically never hired by them. He kind of just did everything out of like he was trying to get himself hired, honestly. But they decided that they weren't going to go with him. They were going to do all CG basically.
So Stan wasn't even really a big name yet, because like really think about it, because like I think he started off pretty small in the 80s. It wasn't until the 90s that everybody hired him, because I think prior in the 80s, the only thing he was known for were things like Pumpkinhead, and his biggest gig was the Terminator. That was like what kind of got him on the map. And then they did Aliens, and that got him a lot of attention. Really, Terminator 2 and Jurassic Park, I think, were Stan Winston when he got like I think Stan Winston, once they did Jurassic Park, then everybody wanted them. Because his stuff is great. It's funny because like a lot of people say, where did all those giant ass animatronics from Jurassic Park go? A lot of them were mostly scrapped. A lot of them were either recycled or completely torn apart. Like there's not much left. As far as I know, the Triceratops actually resides in at a children's hospital somewhere, and the T-Rex feet I know exist somewhere in some like private collectors thing. But things like the raptors, I do know this. The two raptors from Jurassic Park 3 are in Peter Jackson's private collection.
He has a bunch of shit. I'd love to see him do a collection tour.
Well, you can find those on, I think, what is it? Who's that guy who's like Mythbusters or whatever? Like somebody who's like super geeky and builds a lot of stuff on YouTube, who's like in Hollywood.
Oh man, I don't know.
He's like a white mustache motherfucker.
I don't know.
He's got big geeky glasses, but he went to Jackson's private collection. So you can see him, because apparently it's funny because for the longest time, the original Kong armature, the only one that survived from the original, was the 18-inch tall, what they assumed to be the long face that was owned by Bob Burns, famous film collector Bob Burns, because a lot of his collection was inherited by Forrest Ackerman, who had a lot of the stuff from the original. And Bob Burns held on to it, and then I think some of it got passed on to Peter Jackson. But then a couple of years ago, I want to say maybe 10, 15 years ago, another one of the Kong armatures was discovered, and it was actually put up for auction. Jackson bought it. He knew right away he needed it, so he spent his own money, and he bought the armature, and it resides in his collection.
Yeah. What was I saying? So this movie is great. This concept. You're right. So Stan Winston, yeah. So like after
Stan Winston, the one is my personal favorite. I'm actually, you know what? I'm friends with one of the sketch artists for that. Crash McCurry. Yeah, Crash McCurry. That guy came up with sort of the finalized sketch designs for all the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park. You look at his Godzilla designs, it's just like, oh my god.
Yeah, I
want
mentioned
the movie.
Crash. I mentioned Crash in the documentary. He did basically the most famous drawing, at least from the movie.
Here, just pull up. Just Google Winston's Godzilla.
Yeah, I got a picture. I want to do.
And it sucks Stan Winston died too, because he died. I think his last credit was Terminator Salvation.
This is Crash McCreary's drawing.
Yeah, that is beautiful.
Yeah. So basically,
the colorized version looks amazing.
Boyd said that
sketch. Somebody did a colorized version of the sketch.
I saw that. Boyd, it's not that great. I've looked at it before. Boyd said that
look they gave him.
I do. I like that too. Boyd said that they looked at Jurassic Park and they basically said that they didn't really like any of the animatronics. They said they didn't think it was expressive enough, so they wanted to just totally go with the CG. So this is a less detailed, but a full like 360 look at it.
How has no toy company thought to make that an action figure? You know, that I want that as an action figure.
So the design up here, I believe this is actually Richard Delgado.
No, that's Crash McCurry. I can tell from the sketching. That's McCurry's.
Okay, all right, because his design looked different. Yeah. So I like this design. Yeah.
Actually, fun fact: that maquette. If you go find any archival interviews with Stan Winston at the time, you see that in the background.
Yep, it's over his shoulder.
Yeah. But yeah, just it's like I want to see that either as a figure or a cosplayer create that as a suit, because going to G Fest and seeing the that is actually not bad of a paint job, but going to G Fest and seeing all the Godzilla cosplayers, I want to see somebody do the Winston Godzilla as a suit.
Yeah, shit.
Hell, you know what I love is when studios basically recycle abandoned concepts. Like just a prime example of what I mean. The original ending to The Lost World was going to have a set of helicopters take off from Site B, and they were going to be attacked by pterodactyls, like pteranodons. That concept didn't really hit until Jurassic World, and the story goes is that they just used the original storyboards from Lost World to do this sequence. And I'm like, I like the concept of recycling ideas that got canceled. So like, say somebody does a Godzilla movie, recycle elements from these storyboards and these designs. Yeah,
I mean, with Terry Rossio writing the Griffin story and GVK, I'm sure he carried over some elements.
That would be interesting. Like, you know what you should do? Like when the movie comes out on HBO Max, when you can pause it, take all the storyboards from all the canceled stuff and see if he tried to match those as a homage or nod to that.
There's your picture.
Yeah, like what a great design.
He looked like he was proud of that thing too. It's prominently displayed.
Yeah, I think he probably resented the fact they canceled it. It was the kid though. The kid's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, Boyd at least said that he doesn't know where the materials are for the movie, but he said it's in Sony's hands, but there's a good potential it was thrown away or sold because they were in bad financial trouble at the time. That's why the movie was canceled.
I'll say this too, actually. I know a guy, he's on a forum website, but he has scripts of not only the canceled Universal Kong and scripts for the 76 remake. He also has the full storyboards from both projects. He has like the full book because apparently Universal got so far ahead in 75, they had a whole booklet of the movie in storyboards. And I asked him if it was possible to get a copy, and he said no. And he said, why? Because it's in my private collection and it would decrease its value.
Is that The Legend of Kong?
Yeah, The Legend of Kong. He has the full book of the entire movie in storyboard.
Yeah, that'd be great if you could get somebody from that to get an interview, but I don't know how far along they were in production.
Well, I mean, I've been trying so hard to find a copy of the 75 script. It's really the only Kong script I don't have. And I know they technically released it as a novelization during the time, but those books go for a hefty price right now.
Isn't there a PDF that you can get probably?
No, I can't get even a PDF of the 76 script. I've even tried to contact Mary Gullerman to see if she has a script. I'm going to try again because I really want to read that script. Because I know there was some stuff that was actually cut. that never even got shot. There was apparently a scene where the crew, because people complained that there was no dinosaur encounters, right? Well, in the script, there were some early drafts that stated that they would encounter not only another, like 2 giant snakes, like Kong fought, but they were also going to encounter some giant lizards.
Damn. I mean, so if it had things that were cut, and also probably was a script for the 3-hour version, that must have been a giant script.
No, but like it wasn't. That's the thing. Those scenes weren't even in the 3-hour cut. They were, because apparently they had it in the script, but because of production and money constraints, they scrapped those right, like even like before it even reached the storyboard process.
Mm-hmm.
But I have read that page in the script. I have read that page.
This is a good comment. Mechagodzilla and Eyes was amazing till it got copyrighted. Yeah, unfortunately, that TV spot is now gone from the internet.
What happened?
Godzilla vs. Kong TV spot where you could see Mechagodzilla and Godzilla's eyes or whatever. They removed it from Twitter, YouTube, everywhere. It's gone.
Wow, that's a first, because I think people started to figure it out.
Adam Wingard posted up art to his Instagram with Mechagodzilla in the art.
You know, why don't you just admit it? Look, the toy's already out, for fuck's sakes. I saw Heisenberg's review of the toy. The toy looks solid.
Yeah, it's every toy looks a little different, though.
Dude, you might as well embrace the secret. I mean,
I made a video showing some of this stuff
off. Batman v Superman, where surprise Doomsday's in the movie in the last trailer, which was stupid. Why would you show that?
I don't know. Hey, at least we haven't seen any of the fighting with him in action in the trailers. I'm glad.
You know what I like is that he looks less like a weapon and more like he's sort of on par with like Mecha Kong, where looks more like he was made for construction, hence the big giant almost construction claws.
The description on the toy said he was specifically made to kill Godzilla.
So what are the giant fucking, I guess, to grab his arms better and like
probably to have better, I don't know.
Like, where did the missiles come from?
So in the back of the 11-inch figure, there's almost like looks like a CG rendering of him, and you can see like War Machine looking cannons on his shoulders.
I do like how the end of his tail is like a blade.
Yeah, like Scorpion.
No, you know what it reminds me of? Hold up. You know what it reminds me of? I've got the exact reference. I know what they took it from. And you're going to love this. You're going to realize this. I guess Adam Wingard was a fan of this show, this tokusatsu series, the Dragon Zord. This is low-key. This is the original toy from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. The Dragon Zord had a drill tail that could drill into shit. Look up a clip of the Dragon Zord right now. Go look up on YouTube the Dragon Zord, like Dragon Zord attacks from Power Rangers, and you'll see what I'm talking about. I think Adam might be a Power Rangers fan, so he obviously based Mechagodzilla a bit on the Dragon Zord.
See if I get slammed for copyright for doing this and get them on.
Well, hang on. Let me look up a scene for you exactly.
Okay. Let's see. I'll start trying to reply to people. I've not listened to people this whole time. Okay. Hello, cat's out of the bag at this point. Yeah. Mechagodzilla 74 had a blade. What? So don't want them to show me any of the trailers. I do not want them to show me any of the trailers either. Thank you. Well,
I'm trying to find his first appearance. One moment. I'm trying to find it.
Promise myself not to look at any social media when it comes out. Yeah, well, the movie comes out internationally the 25th, 26th. So for the entire week, I'm going to have to leave the internet, basically.
Oh, God. Like, why is it so hard to find this damn clip?
But yeah, that's going to be a problem, and I would suggest you do that too, Jack, that because GVK releases internationally on the 25th, like, every spoiler is going to be out there. The winner, everything.
I don't care about spoilers. Like, here's my thing. I'm probably going to be looking into my local movie theaters to see if I can just rent out the theater to screen it, because I don't want to watch it on HBO Max. I'm just going to watch. It's something I have to see on the big screen.
Yeah.
So I will probably just pay the price. Like if it's 100, 120, I don't give a fuck. I'll go watch it myself.
Well, there's like some surprises. Like I don't want to know what the end credit scene is. I don't want to know who wins. I don't want to know that stuff. That's
But
stuff
it's
that I
more
need
like
to have
more like
available.
just because I can't bear myself to watch it on a television. I feel like I have to see it on the screen.
Oh, I'm going to the theater too.
Yeah, but like for us in Canada, the theaters are closed. And I can't
if you
go
can
over to
rent
the
it out.
US because Borders are closed.
If you can rent it out, then you'll be theater. You'll
That's
be
the thing. Like
fine.
I'll spend like the $100, $200 just to watch it alone. I'll even spend the extra money on the popcorn. You know, it's like just let me see this thing on the big screen as God intended.
Oh, this is probably gonna get me flagged just showing this over and
I'll
over.
look briefly at it, but yeah, you'll it won't be too bad, I don't think.
Ooh.
At least you're not Linkara, where you constantly get flagged for his History of Power Rangers videos, which are really good, by the way. You should watch those.
Okay.
Linkara's History of Power Rangers are really good. He also reviewed some Godzilla comics.
Everyone's buying their early tickets. I can't buy my early tickets, damn it. Because there's no IMAX.
I'm actually gonna look up to see local movie theater rent. Let's see. Image. Okay, so there's an Image Cinema. That might be an option. It's a smaller theater, but look, I just want to see it on the big screen. Eyesore Cinema, Bloor
There's
Street.
your tail.
Let's see. Yeah, you see it. Yeah, you'll see like the tail. It's like Sharpie. It's like sharp and shit. So it's like a drill. What great suitmation there too for like a kid's show, eh? Like this is right out of a Godzilla movie.
I started watching season 1 on Netflix. I was like, this is really cringy, but I really like it.
I know. I love this stuff. Like, I mean, I know actually a lot of those suits they resign. I think in a museum at the Toei Studios in Tokyo. Because a lot of Power Rangers are... Though I would actually recommend the actual original show, Kiru Sentai Zyuranger. It's actually pretty solid.
Okay.
Zyuranger is actually darker than Mighty Morphin.
Well,
In Zyuranger, the Green Ranger, I think his name is Burai. Actually, or Geki. I can't remember if it's Geki. I think it's Burai. He actually dies in the show.
all right.
And also the Megazord talks for some reason.
I think anything's darker than Mighty Morphin anyway.
Well, I mean, unless you count the Power Rangers fan film.
Damn, look at this fucking
Like the
CG.
render, wow, like the rendering's very impressive on that. You know what, my only thing with the current Kong that is kind of a 50-50 for me, I think the crescent, what is it, the skull crescent, which is like the big, kind of top portion, is too short. I know it's meant to be more like the original, but I liked it for so long that the satchel crest is a bit taller to make him more like a real gorilla.
I think this design is so faithful to the original.
Yeah, like, because what I love about the original, it's a mix of a chimp and a gorilla together.
Holy crap.
And
this
by
is-
the way, not to mention this, found this at a thrift shop for $5. I found the giant Kong figure for $5. Who the fuck throws this out? Seriously, who throws this shit out and leaves it here for $5? I haven't even opened them yet, but I will probably open them. I will not leave them in the box.
Yeah, I have a bunch of things in my cart. I'm going to buy all the tie-in food from FYE, the chocolate bars.
Wow, it's 98 all over again. Where's the Taco Bell ads?
Here is a lizard.
Isn't there a burger company making sandwiches for it?
Carl's Jr.
You know what you should do? You should do a taste test video on trying the Kong and Godzilla burger.
It's only in Australia.
Oh!
Paracoca can do it, though, because he's in Australia. But
Yeah. Do they have any drink tie-ins or something?
FYE has an energy drink that they're making for it, but it's just their stereotypical energy drink that they put out.
Actually, you know what? I was thinking, would be great. It's like blueberry Godzilla soda and then like grape soda for Kong.
The Kong chocolate bar is banana.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I kind of want one. I'm gonna look. You know what? Actually, there's a couple of convenience stores down the road. I wonder if they'll have it. What's the name of the chocolate bar?
Oh God, I don't know what it's called. I'll have to go to FYE's website and find it. I believe it's an FYE exclusive. You can just buy it online.
Yeah, F-White, damn it. Well, no, I actually want to still try it. I know they're technically kind of expired. I do want to try the Reptar bars.
Fuck. God damn it.
What?
I put these in my cart and already the Godzilla one is out of stock.
Oops.
Oh, Kong is Kong Banana Crunch Milk Chocolate. Godzilla
You
is
should do a
fiery
taste test on those when you buy them.
chili chipotle. And then they have a 1 pound chocolate bar for both of them.
You should do. No, I'm surprised there's no chip companies. Like, imagine a hot, spicy Godzilla chip.
That's true. Like Doritos.
Jurassic World came out, The Fallen Kingdom, and Doritos did their chip brands. Oh, dude, the black blue Jurassic World Doritos were fucking shit. They were really bad.
They could do like fiery Doritos for Godzilla.
Yeah, and then like Kong would be more like a chill, like a sun chip.
What team are you? Team Godzilla or Team Kong? I can't tell you yet.
I'm Team Kong. Literally, like, I know he's probably not gonna win, but I'm just gonna do it just because, you know, when the movie was announced and everything, all the Kong fans came to me as the leader, as their Kong Jesus on YouTube. Yes, my fellow Skull Islanders, I am your Jesus. You know, like, I get it. It's like, look, Kong's gonna win. Big Jack Films is the chosen one. No, I'm not the chosen one, but I accept I appreciate I appreciate the novelty. I appreciate the offer, but no, thank you.
Lol.
I'm surprised. Like, I mean, even like, imagine if they kept this super secret until it came out and there were like no leaks. Do you think there would have been bets at this point?
Oh, I'm sure. I don't know. I will say this though: if they could have kept Mecha G under wraps, that would have blown people's mind. I mean, still seeing him live action is probably going to blow my mind. But like, if people had no idea, that would be a punch to the face.
No, that would be great. But man, like, imagine like they kept it so secret that you see people start taking bets on who's going to win.
I don't know the marketing. I'll tell you what though, Chunky XL definitely is a Kong guy. If you saw his tweets, he was like, "Here's my Godzilla theme," and then when he tweeted Kong, he's like, "Bow to the king."
Yeah, I like that. The thing is like I listened to the score briefly. It takes me a bit to kind of appreciate it. That was me with Skull Island because the score was okay. I did like some elements, but half the time I had to listen to it a few times to get used to it.
I already like his theme better than anything Henry Jackman did on the.
Well, I mean, like, unlike King of the Monsters, which I was hooked right away on that score, right away. You know,
That's
because
pretty good.
the Ifukube music, it's recognizable, it's updated, and God, I wish they would have done that with this.
They still might. You never know, but like, I think they got a little bit of the Steiner thing there, but really, Kong's reminds me of Howard's score, honestly.
Yeah, it's much more on that level. I mean, I would have loved to have heard because Ready Player One kind of spoiled us a bit, not just with Mechagodzilla, not just with Kong, but just the fact they used the original themes.
Did they use Kong's theme?
Max Steiner's theme in the original King Kong, from the original King Kong, is in Ready Player One.
Oh my God, they better have it in this fucking movie then.
No, I will find it right now. Give me a minute.
That's so annoying because I wanted them to update that one too. That sucks. Have you heard the new theme? Yeah, we're talking about it right now.
The score was done by Ready Player One by Alan Silvestri. So this is the same guy who did the Avengers and Back to the Future. So let me send that to you. But oh yeah, they play it. They play that track.
They probably don't have HBO Max in other countries because they don't want more people to go to the movie theater. Yeah, oh yeah. Even if you have HBO Max, can you not watch it? Because it's only in the US.
It's not available on HBO Max in Canada.
In the UK, you can rent it.
HBO Max here in Canada yet.
Oh my god. Yeah, you bet you got to get your ass to the theater, or I have to like screen record it for you or something.
Yeah. I'm just well. Look, it's probably because it's going to be on HBO Max. Because there's probably going to be a digital copy out there somewhere on like bootleg sites and shit, which sucks.
I'm sure you can like rent it on Amazon Prime or something. Like they'll have to have something.
No, wait, that's not it. Hold on, I'm trying to find it. That wasn't it. Where the fuck is it?
Godzilla was in Dr. Pepper ad. Yeah, I want to cover that too, and the Charles Barkley one.
That was D-Man's video.
I never fought Charles Barkley. That's true. What if Charles Barkley was the big bad?
Oh god.
Shaq.
No,
Shaq
it's
comes in.
prequel to Space Jam 2. Because apparently Kong's going to be in Space Jam 2.
Yep.
And from what
you
I've heard
spotted him.
rumors, Godzilla might make an appearance too.
Well, I wonder how they would render him. What design they would do.
And then you could get Charles Barkley, because then they can fucking do a basketball game.
Dude, I would love that. I love that commercial. There's a really cool little PBS documentary on how in the making of that. Really, they did like suitmation, they did animatronics, they did like some compositing stuff, and it was really cool to watch actually.
Yeah, here, let me try to. I need to find this bit. I think it's the scene. At least the scene might be actually not here. I think this is it. Okay, Wayne's World, we get it. You're Canadian. Stop putting this ad. Now, have you been getting the Uber Eats ads for Wayne's World?
Yeah, I also just recently watched the first one a couple months ago.
Here, I want to find this bit. One moment. Nope, that can't get it there. That's stupid. Is this one? Might be this one. Let me look at the comments. Where somebody in the comments? Oh, there we go. Thank you, Smith. Okay, here we go. Go to 240, and you'll hear the Kong theme from the original. Send you a link on Facebook.
Yup. All right. 214 or 240?
240.
Okay.
And you can play it just very briefly. It shouldn't be too bad.
Yep. I don't think I'm sharing audio anyway, so I'm gonna have to fix that.
Yeah.
Let's see. I have an advertisement. I can't skip it.
Yeah, you'll get to there in a sec.
God damn it.
So go to 240, 2 minutes and 40 seconds.
Yep. All right. Now let me fix my screen. Okay. Oh, oops, wrong screen. Share audio. Okay.
That's all. I think that's all it is. But man, that's awesome. To just hear the 3 notes. Like, no, God, I would love to hear somebody like a whole new, like, imagine the London Symphony Orchestra doing a remastered of the complete original King Kong score.
Yeah, I don't know why they could remix that into something really nice. I don't know why they don't.
It's interesting because when they did The Legend of King Kong, apparently money was so tight they were going to use they were going to just reuse Max Steiner's score.
Oh, who owns the rights to that score?
The score, I think, is technically. I mean, it's owned by, because like the thing is, there's so many covers of it and everything. It's not really in public domain. It's just more of like, I think it's weird. It's very complicated with the score. It's not like the. I think it's technically Warner Brothers owns that score. Because because the whole thing with the original, people ask, "Oh, is the original King Kong is it public domain or not?" The novel is public domain. The current movie rights, i.e. the current, like whoever makes them, they have to get permission from Universal. That's why Warner Brothers is calling for these new movies.
The copyright laws still work that they expire at some point. So the original movie will eventually be.
So the original was owned by RKO. RKO was bought out by Ted Turner in the 80s. And then when Ted Turner debunked, Warner Brothers bought all of Ted Turner's library of movies and cartoons and shit. So they own Cartoon Network now, Warner Brothers.
Yep.
the 76 is owned by Paramount and Studio Canal. King Kong Lives is technically Studio Canal. Like, they own the rights to that now. 05 is Universal, and Skull Island is Warner Brothers. That Universal gets a small cut of the rights, but apparently, from what I heard, in about 8 years, King Kong actually enters the public domain completely.
Yeah.
So that means when 8 years down the line, everybody's going to jump that and make something out of it.
I'll tell you what, though, I guarantee it won't happen, because the reason why is because every time that those laws come up, somehow Disney throws money at it so they can keep Mickey Mouse. Every year they extend the rights for it. So I don't think it'll ever go on like that.
Well, it's also because Disney can fucking afford it.
Well, right, but I'm saying that.
I don't know if Warner
I'm saying, like,
technically, and it also depends on the Cooper estate. Because
I'm saying, like,
his family gets a huge cut.
Right, but I'm saying, like, Disney changes the law for everybody. Like, their copyright laws.
They don't own King Kong yet.
Right, that's true. But I'm saying, like when they effectively have basically can get the laws changed, but it works in their favor, so they can keep Mickey Mouse. But I'm saying, like, it applies to everybody.
Kong should be in the public domain, much like the Phantom of the Opera and shit, because you got all these fucking comics by Boom where Kong is in the Planet of the Apes. He's encountering Doc Savage. Like, it should be in the public domain at this point. It should be with Sherlock Holmes, with Doc Savage, with all these characters that are in the public domain now that anybody can make a movie out of.
I think this is like people probably disagree. This is like a super radical idea, but I think like a property should die with its creators. Once Honda and Tanaka, and when they're gone, Godzilla is a property that it's just an iconic property and you can use it. That's my opinion. I don't think a company who had because like people are like, oh, you know, Omniviewer made this point. It's like Shin Godzilla is not going to be good just because Toho made it, because Toho didn't make Godzilla. It was Honda and Tanaka and those people.
It's also just a matter of, like, if they lose the license and it enters the public domain, they lose money.
Right.
Because
I don't think it should work.
Godzilla is paying a lot of Toho's bills right now.
Right. I mean, I don't know. That's just me being crazy, but like, I don't know. Like, I think that
if Godzilla went to the public domain, Toho would pretty much go out of business.
Right. But whatever.
You know, it's kind of weird that way with licensing. It's like, I mean, you look at Michael Crichton. He's been dead for about a decade, but Jurassic Park hasn't, like, entered any public domain.
Yeah. It's like when, I don't know. Like when Cooper died, I think that should have been like, okay, great. When he died, like 67.
He died in the early 70s, actually. So I think, and that was the thing, because I think they were attempting a remake, but for years, RKO and Cooper had a no remakes policy with the original. So when Cooper died and forgot to re-sign the contracts to keep the rights, all the studios saw a loophole and basically said we can still make these without the permission from Cooper and RKO, because Cooper forgot to sign the contracts before he croaked. Now,
I know you like 76 a lot. Do you think that if that Universal Legend of Kong one came out, do you think you would like that one better?
Well, it's funny. I remember reading an old Crestwood book as a kid in the library. And that was actually made around 76, that series of books. And they were already, so it was right when the remake was in production. And there, I think even at that time, there was rumors if Universal was still going to do their version or not. Because the contracts in the court stated that Universal had to wait about, I think, 2 or 3 years after the 70s one was made in order to go through with their version. Like, in order to make their version, they had to wait a couple of years and wait for the movie to kind of die down, because the other issue is that, yeah, you could have had 2 movies at the same time, but the problem is that I think Hollywood, in terms of marketing, could not handle the control of 2 movies, because the public's confusion would have been terrible. Had I think it had come out, it would have been a good movie. That's debatable. It depends on which version, because the problem is that they were going to go full steam ahead with a big budget, Jim Danforth was going to do the animation for the stop motion. But then what happened was with the court issues, Universal was running out of money. So they actually had to fire Jim because not only was he unaffordable, but his ambitions were getting too high. So they kicked him out and got Chris Mueller Jr., who works for them. So they got a person who already works for them in the industry. And this guy did Creature from the Black Lagoon. He did The Land Unknown, which go look up the trailer for Land Unknown. That T-Rex, oof. It looks like Barney on steroids. So they got him to do it. And even in the storyboards, you look at the storyboards of the T-Rex fight, which I have digital copies of the storyboards. It looks very similar to the Land Unknown T-Rex. There's a scene where the T-Rex picks up Ann himself, right? So the Rex is going to have a bit more arm extensions and everything. But anyway, so they were going to go with men in suits. Bob Burns was actually going to play Kong. There's test photos out there of him in the suit in a prototype. And yeah, I don't know if it would have turned out okay. If you look at my fan trailer, that's probably the closest we'd ever get.
I would like to say two things. One, Sean is back, so I'm going to bring him in. But also, Jim Danforth was involved in that 80s Godzilla 2 as well.
The thing is with Jim was like diet Ray Harryhausen. If you couldn't get Harryhausen, you get Jim. In fact, when they did the sequel to 1 Million Years BC with When Dinosaurs Ruled the Earth, Harryhausen was already working on another project, so he was unavailable, so they got Jim instead.
Interesting. All right, Sean is
What
back.
up, guys?
Not much. We're talking about
I'm in the line. Oh, okay. I'm in a drive-through right now. The line's like wrapped around the building, so I figured, fuck it. I'm gonna jump in and say hi.
What drive-through are you going to?
I'm getting Culver's. You ever had Culver's?
Never had Culver's. I don't think we have that in Canada.
No.
Ryan, have you had Culver's? Oh, Culver's. They have the best like burgers and fish sandwiches. They're fucking amazing. I think they're a chain like maybe in like the Midwest. So I'm not sure, but they are very.
I can't remember what, because I remember I really like this burger chain, and it is an American thing. I think it's like Hungry Jack's or something. They have really good burgers.
Jack in the Box. Jack in the Box.
Yeah, you know what? I remember when I was in Florida a couple of years ago, we parked our RV in an RV camp, and we were kind of maybe about 20-30 minute drive away from Universal Studios Florida, which is where I was spending my time. That's when I was shooting season 2. And that's when you look at the season 2 footage. I looked terrible because I wasn't I just didn't have time to shower or anything. I was just rushing to get to the studio to shoot that day. So I looked like a mess. But I remember they had a 24-hour Hungry Jack's, and they have right next to that trailer park a bunch of those really cheap-ass gift shops. But there's a really cool old-looking theme park in the middle of this parking of this this RV parking lot, and they have this huge like Ferris wheel and rides and like an old ghost town. It's kind of neat. And I went to a Hungry Jack's. It was late at night. I was walking back, like I took the bus down from after the studio. I didn't come back to the RV park until like late at night because I was just working throughout the day and night as much as the studio was open. And I got home, I think about, I want to say 10, 11 o'clock at night. And I was so beaten down, and I think I was so tired. I was just kind of enjoying the fair lights. And I went to Hungry Jack's, and I got a burger and a chicken sandwich. I was like, wow, these are really fucking good. God damn it, do I wish we had Hungry Jack's here in fucking Canada.
Somebody wrote shut up, Sean. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I hope the people in the drive-thru tell you to shut up.
Well, I want to actually.
When I go to order, I will mute myself. So that way I'm not interrupting your conversation.
No, you can let's just hear your order, what you get.
Yeah, I'm going to be ordering a bunch of food, so I'll just mute myself. Nobody wants to hear Sean ordering food.
I will. I do. That's nice.
All I hear is shut up, Sean, in the chat. So Sean will. I guess I have to shut up. So
you know what I realized? That's just the original poster.
I'll turn my camera on.
Yeah.
I wonder if I could flip my camera around. Like I can't.
That's actually.
I can't seem to flip my camera around. Yeah, you can see you can look around. You can see just the line.
Fuck, Sean, you're making me hungry, and I haven't had dinner yet. I might go to A&W.
A&W. Sounds pretty good.
Wait, do you guys not have A&W root beer?
No, yeah, we do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well,
I've been
There's
to
an A&W.
an A&W restaurant.
okay, A&W, well, you think it's a root beer brand. It's actually a restaurant here in Canada. You guys just get the fucking root beer.
Hey, I went
No,
to
there's a restaurant.
A&W.
There's literally an A&W like a few miles from here.
Yeah, I went in New York.
It's like the only one I see. They used to have one in the mall, but like the mall kind of like malls are pretty much a dying breed at this point. So, but there is one. There's one like 2 miles from here.
Yeah.
Wait, have you guys ever had A&W?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
just saying. Yeah, I've had their food.
I mean, well, right now here in Canada, they have on sale. They have a either a single or double bacon, double cheeseburgers. I might go get one. Fuck, I'm getting hungry. God damn it! I can just walk down. It's like 5 minutes away from me.
Why do they always do this with the posters? Why do they make his tail get bigger at the end? That's such
Sean
a
is
stupid
Pog, but
stylistic thing. What the fuck?
That's not his tail. That's not his
Yeah, like,
tail.
these posters are literally just the same.
I mean,
That's Mecha.
Oh.
That's a super tail.
No, that's his penis.
There we go.
Just put a big sensor bar.
yeah. All right, guys, we can't show that. That'll get us banned.
Well, actually, I wanted to answer James Bond.
Oh, they're gonna say I thought they were gonna say something like, "Oh, I wanted to answer a question about Kong's dick," and then I kind of thought that's what you were gonna respond with. So never mind.
I wanted to point out. I wanted to answer James Bond 07's question. You know, Hungry Jacks or Hungry Jacks or like Jack in the Box, like just basically anything with Big Jack Films and Hungry Jacks. Thankfully, I want to give some good news, I've got 2 episodes of Food Corner filmed, so those will be coming soon. So I've got them filmed. I just edit them, and that should be easy. One has a rat in it.
Hey, what the hell does Pog mean? Like, I see this comment a lot. Like, sort of like Sean is Pog. What is it like something else outside of America or whatever?
Well, you guys know. You guys are probably too young to know what the fuck Pogs are.
No, not that. It's something different. It's a thing people say.
Sean, remember Pogs?
Pogs? It sounds familiar, but like I don't remember.
Coins that you could collect.
Bart Simpson had them.
Actually, you know what? Well, they did some for Batman Forever. And speaking of which, Sean, check this out. Check this out. Hold up.
All right, pull up on full screen because like I'm on my phone, I can barely see. Look at Jack's fucking sword collection. Jack, do you have like 40 swords by now or something like that? Like you have so many. Like if somebody walks in your place, it's just like you're ready for combat at all times.
So, Sean, I was at the Value Villages, and good news, I finally got the last piece.
Oh,
I got
you did it!
I got the Robin Cup.
Finally.
So now I have the complete collection.
Very nice. Very nice.
I have all 4 Batman Forever glasses.
Even Joel Schumacher couldn't find them. Like he was saying, like I remember in an interview, he's like, I went to McDonald's like 20 miles away. I couldn't even get the collector's cups.
Well, I know how much I found them for? 50 cents.
Wow, what a steal!
Yeah, and
Hey,
my mom bought another Two-Face, and she was getting it for her own collection. And she was talking on the phone, and it was in a bag, and she dropped the bag, and it smashed. I was sad.
That's
sad.
so sad and funny.
Hey, here's a development. This is concept art.
Ooh! Meanwhile, Shield.
For GVK, it's the concept artist officially. It's such a bitch to do this with Instagram, but I can do it.
Yeah, it's like meanwhile at Monarch.
Meanwhile, at Monarch.
So we have Kong in this screen up here. He's walking through some kind of cave looking thing. Oh, he's right there.
Where? Oh, they're probably dropping him off at the fucking Hollow Earth. Or no,
He's getting Element X.
Kong, get the Element X. Do you hear me, you stupid ape?
And then on this screen, I thought that was Godzilla.
You damn dirty ape.
No, it should have been like, you stupid monkey.
Stupid monkey. Self green with it.
Have you guys ever seen the Robot Chicken skits they've done on King Kong?
No.
Oh, they're funny.
Yeah,
There's one where Kermit
Robot
Kong, where
Chicken's done some pretty crazy. They've done some pretty crazy sketches. One of the funny ones was they did the Jason Voorhees one with the Scooby Doo people, and they got the voice actors. Like they had like Matthew
because
Lillard in there. They had
they had all the actors from the live action movie. That's only because Seth Green is really good friends with Sarah Michelle Gellar, who he worked on.
He was also in Scooby Doo too. Don't forget that.
Was he in Scooby Doo too?
He was. He was Velma's like love interest.
Huh? You know what? I have not seen Scooby Doo 2. I missed out. I missed the boat on that one.
Yeah, they were gonna write a Scooby Doo 3, but then like the studio didn't make it. I'll say this though, I actually kind of think the Scooby Doo movie is funny. Like, there's some like, I think it's probably the James Gunn writing, but like, there's just such random funny moments. Like the scene where they're like have their like kid brainwashing thing or whatever. He's like, "Yo, did you catch that new bit on the box?" And it's so like bizarre, but it's still kind of funny.
You know what it reminds me of? Because I know the movie was originally intended to be an adult film. Not in that way.
Rated R.
Sounds way better. I want to point out that looking at the film and the way it was shot, you know what it reminded me of? The first two Scary Movies.
Yeah.
So you know what? Can we get the Wayans brothers to write a Scooby-Doo movie, but make it literally an R-rated comedy on par with Scary Movie? It's like, can we get like the one who plays Shorty to be Shaggy?
Perhaps.
That'd be amazing.
The original cut of Scooby-Doo is rated R, apparently. So.
Release the R-rated cut.
Yes.
Yeah, Velma's tits are everywhere. That's why.
God, God, what a thickie. God damn.
When you said adult film, I just. It was supposed to be an adult film.
But then Ralph Dashke came in and said, "No, it's supposed to be a family fiction."
Oh man.
No, it's just I can't. Okay, I want to leave this in the comments. I'm going to challenge the comments. Who's the thicker character, Velma or Shell from Road to El Dorado? Vote in the comments. Team
All
Shell.
Right, I gotta mute myself. Be right back.
Oh my god, Jack, what video? Because I'm curious, what review did you do the Kong Chris Hansen skit?
That was the Lost Island episode.
Okay.
When I brought up the censored cut that they had, the 1938 censored cut that they had for about 20 years.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. They fucking censored that movie.
Well, yeah, they censored a lot of the violent death scenes. They censored a lot of stuff of him chewing on people. They censored the whole dress scene. They censored
that probably would have been like
where he grabs a wrong girl and drops her.
That probably would have been like rated X back then. That probably like broke the rating system.
Yeah, it was that, and it was James Bond 07. Shell is the girl from Road to El Dorado.
Jeez.
No, somebody in the comments gonna be like, "No, neither. Team Mrs. Incredible."
Oh man,
I hate that. No, somebody posted on Twitter or something saying that we have to admit what like is something we did to Pixar that we kind of regret. So I said Toy Story 4 was pointless. A Bug's Life is underappreciated, and we over-sexualized Elastigirl. We did that to ourselves, and we should be darned ashamed for that.
Nothing wrong with Elastic Thick Girl.
You know who I think she should have been voiced by? Jodie Foster.
She already sounds like Jodie Foster. It's Holly Hunter. They sound exactly the same. Dash.
Yeah,
like
get the live
action
movie they make in the 90s, and they get freaking Jodie Foster as a superhero.
What were we saying, Ryan?
Her voice is awful.
Who?
In that movie? It's so annoying. Mrs. Incredible. Awful.
Awful?
It's sort of that country style. Like, I can't do it. I'm too tired.
I don't know. I always kind of have a thing for Southern accents.
Fuck.
That's just me.
Damn it, buddy. Damn it, Bobby. Propane.
Damn it, Bobby.
Can somebody we do a version of The Incredibles, but it's King of the Hill, please, for the love of
Oh
God?
my God, Hank Hill is Mr. Incredible.
Oh my god.
Oh, God damn, it's Gazer Babe!
Have you seen Mike Judge's story and where the Boomhauer voice came from? It was a person that was like an angry viewer who was mad at Beavis and Butthead called MTV and called the show Porky's Butthole and called called Mike Judge. He was like, "This goddamn Porky Butthole, I don't like this show on my TV," and that's how he got the Boomhauer voice.
No, actually, fun, you bring that up. I was watching. They were talking about cartoons and shit. I was watching these guys talk about Kangaroo Jack, and they bring up the scene at the end with the blooper reel. And at the end of the blooper reel, you have the kangaroo going, that's all. These guys are super drunk. And they're like, oh, fuck you! You don't have the right to do anything, Looney Tunes. And then one of the guys in the background says, you don't deserve to eat the corn out of Porky Pig shit.
Speaking of Looney Tunes, R.I.P. Pepe Le Pew.
I don't care. I really don't. And you don't know.
Man, I decided to like go back and watch some Pepe Le Pew stuff. Man, some of the shit that they did. Oh my God.
I'll say this. I'm
one where he's like, I'm gonna
that, and not the fact that he was a French stereotype. Like that accent. If they go after Speedy Gonzales, why not Pepe Le Pew? You know, why not even fucking Sylvester and Daffy Duck? Because they lisp, and that's offensive because people with lisp who don't wear masks can fucking spread COVID, suffer, and succotash. They don't go after Porky Pig because people with speech impediments might be pissed off.
You know what I just thought about? I don't know why, but that just made me think of the Today Junior. And I watched Billy Madison recently, and it doesn't hold up.
I only like one Adam Sandler movie, Happy Gilmore. That's it.
I love Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore is funny.
Yes.
Any other Adam Sandler movie sucks.
I will say Chris Farley is fantastic in Billy Madison as the bus driver. Absolutely, this is the best part of that movie.
Like, the only other Happy Madison movie I actually do like is Joe Dirt. Joe Dirt.
Oh, fucking Happy Gilmore is my shit. Like, Happy Gilmore is my favorite Adam Sandler movie.
No yelling on the bus.
Oh, Billy Madison has some like such stupid funny bits. Like the final bit where he's like, "What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I've ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul."
I'll say this. Happy Gilmore made me actually become a fan of Subway. Because I never really ate many subs, but then I saw Happy Gilmore do the cold cut combo, which I've never had a cold cut combo. I'm not a fan of that sandwich, but like I got into Subway because of Happy Gilmore. But yeah, it's one of the one scene that still just makes me laugh. I laughed so hard watching it for the first time. The clown scene.
You're gonna die, clown.
Yeah, because I remember somebody overdubbed it with the footage from The Dark Knight. Where it's like when Batman's getting pissed off, it's like, "You're gonna die, clown! You think that's funny? I don't hear you laughing now." And Gordon's like, whoa, Batman, enough. What? I can't do it.
Jeez. Yeah. Hey, well, Dr. Stanton is at least tolerable in Billy Madison as the villain.
Oh, he's I love the ending where he's just like, all of a sudden, he's like, he's got a gun. He just...
And Steve Buscemi comes in.
The only two
Steve Buscemi, like, boy, am I glad I called that guy. Like, there's some really funny stuff in that one. It's like back when Adam Sandler used to try. 69.
I do want to watch that I haven't seen are 8 Crazy Nights, because I think Adam Sandler is actually pretty good in animated movies. I did see Hotel Transylvania; those were good. And Anger Management, because it's Adam Sandler and Jack Nicholson, two people you think would never work together.
Okay, that one's actually pretty good, mostly due to Jack Nicholson. Like Jack Nicholson, like there's a scene where he goes to like a Buddhist monastery, and John C. Reilly's like a Buddhist, and he like beats the shit out of him.
I could never get over in Kong Skull Island with John C. Reilly and his jacket on the back. It says good for your health with a pill, which is a nod to Akira, but it's also a nod to him playing Dr. Steve Brule on Tim and Eric, which is one of the most drug-induced shows I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever watched Tim and Eric?
No, I never really
I
got
have
into
not.
it.
Dude, it's fucking weird. It's fucking no, but the amount of people they get in these movies, I'm talking, they get freaking John C. Reilly, Jeff Goldblum. They get a lot of people on that show.
Well, Jeff Goldblum, I wouldn't be surprised if he showed up. He shows up at random places. I saw a video of him where he was like, like making food or something. Like he was working a food truck or something randomly. Like Jeff Goldblum just pops up randomly. So I wouldn't put
Apartments.com, the best place to find a place.
Ooh,
Love some of those commercials. I don't know why.
Can he do State Farm commercials?
Jake from
Like,
State
"Hey,
Farm.
State Farm is there."
No, it's gonna be like a good neighbor. State Farm is there.
No, he should do Empire.
Good
You know, he'd be like 85538 Empire today. Yes.
I can't wait. I'm very stoked for Jurassic World Dominion. I think this one's gonna be their best one of the three.
It's going to be the better one out of the last two that have come. I mean, I like Jurassic World. That was worth the wait. But Fallen Kingdom, man, it had potential, but it was censored to shit.
I want to know, because you keep telling me all this uncut stuff, but I'm like, I want to know, like, what legitimately...
Release the Dino Human cut.
If they had dinosaur-human hybrids, that'd be freaky as shit. But
No, because the problem, here's what it was. Apparently, because I like the director. I like J.A. Bayona. I've met him once. Great guy. I was at Toronto Film Festival, and he did The Impossible, which is a great disaster movie. It's about a family surviving the 2004 tsunami. One of the best tsunami scenes I've ever seen on film. A lot of it was practical. Great fucking film. The sound was incredible, and I mean that's also where I met Naomi Watts, who signed my DVD, which is pretty cool. She's super nice, Naomi Watts. I did meet Ewan McGregor. He was there, and you know who I bumped into?
Pull up the clip, Ryan.
What?
Oh no, I don't have it on me right now.
Okay,
I don't have it on me right now.
No, you gotta have it. It's on Twitter. Come on, you know it's.
I'll get it in a minute. I'm actually editing a video right now on the concept.
I want to point this out. There was one kid I bumped into at the time, and I didn't know who he was. And then only recently did I realized, oh, fuck, I met that kid.
No.
Tom Holland.
Oh, you have to pull up now.
What?
Okay. All right, let me find it.
I didn't hear Sean there. But anyway, I actually bumped into Tom Holland. Didn't know who the hell he was. It was kind of just a quick little bump. I think Sean keeps cutting out.
Yeah, it's laggy on his end. He's on his phone. That's why.
Yeah, I'm on the road still. I'm waiting for my food right now. So
yeah, so I bumped into him and I didn't know who he was. We just kind of crossed paths. I was like, "Oh, sorry, hi," and that was it. That was it. So yes, I bumped into Spider-Man, but this was before he was Spider-Man.
Yeah, before anyone really knew who he was.
Yeah, he was because I was at the premiere of that thing. It was funny because I was at the premiere and saw it with the whole crew and everything were there. We were in a different row or everything, but we were in the same theater. But what was really crazy is that the actual family that survived that was there, and they gave the film their blessing. And at the end of the premiere, when the credits rolled and there were applauses, the family hugged the cast. It was actually kind of nice. Yes, chat, I did. Yes, chat, I did meet Spider-Man. He's a vigilante, a public menace. What's he doing in my town?
Sean, I can't find it on Twitter.
Shut up.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
I searched Black Mask.
Check the DMs. Did you check the Twitter DMs? You check the Twitter DMs? I know I sent it to you.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'll look for it.
Spider-Man, page 1 with a decent picture this time. Can't wait to page 7.
We got it. I got it.
But But yes, Chad,
Oh.
I did meet Spider-Man, and I did meet Obi-Wan, and I did meet Andero all in the same day. Mega crossover. Oh no.
Blah blah fake.
Yeah.
Fucking fuck. Fucking fuck. Fuck off. Fuck.
All the YouTube comments saying, realizing I met this guy.
Fuck off. Get out. Fucking out.
Oh, fucking fuck.
Oh man.
Fucking fucks.
Man, that would have been. Can you imagine if he stayed around for like a Ben Affleck Batman movie?
Fucking fuck.
Well, you know what?
And
You
just
never
doesn't
know.
switch
They're restoring the
Batman.
Snyderverse. Hey, you know what? Snyder Cut comes out next week, and things are gonna be like this. It's game changing, y'all. I think they might even continue. There's rumblings that they'll actually go through and make the rest of Zack Snyder's movies if this is a huge hit. This is gonna be a 4-hour
I
epic. It's
just
like
want
Lord
the
of the
solo
Rings.
Batfleck movie.
I saw that like looking at the costume, like Deathstroke's sword has the League of Shadows or League of Assassins logo on it. So Ra's al Ghul definitely exists out in this universe.
Oh.
Well, what from what I heard with the Batman, which, you know what? Can I be honest? I think the Batman with Robert Pattinson, it's just it's a dead project. It really is.
No, I think it'll be good. I mean, Matt Reeves is a phenomenal director, so.
No, but have you heard the stories of the behind the scenes problems this movie has been having?
Oh, that's all. No, people make shit up. Like, people legitimately make shit up. It's a lot of that bullshit's just been disproven time and time again.
No, but it's things
somebody
like
literally made up a fan
apparently
fiction
Matt
story
Reeves
about-
hated working on it. Matt Reeves hated, really regretted working on it. And on top of that, the studio was pressuring them because they were afraid with the COVID situation and the constant shutdowns. They weren't worried about the movie. They were worried about the sequels.
No.
And that pisses me off about Hollywood. They don't care about the first product. They're more worried about the investment for the sequels.
The Batman's going to turn out great. It's going to be amazing. Matt Reeves, full faith in him as a director. War for the Planet of the Apes is one of the best. It's really probably the best third movie in a trilogy I've seen.
Well, Return of the
And,
King
it's
is
that
number
good.
one.
Return of the King is pretty good. I mean, I think I've rewatched. Both have Andy Serkis, so there's the common factor there. But again, I've watched War for the Planet of the Apes. I actually like it more than Return of the King, and I love Return of the King. But that just goes to show how much I love War for the Planet of the Apes.
The question is, because technically, if they continue the MonsterVerse, right, like with Godzilla, if this is his last movie, is this going to be the end of his trilogy?
Whose trilogy?
Well, this is his
Oh,
third
God.
film in the contract. So, but,
You know what?
you know,
No way Toho doesn't want to keep the deal with Legendary. You know how much fucking money they're getting
know.
in exposure? Like, and they love Legendary. Like, they approve the stuff. Like, Godzilla's gotten more popular than ever thanks to the MonsterVerse.
yeah. And then, yeah. Also, oh, wait, I was thinking about Peter Jackson for a minute because you said Return of the King. I noticed that whenever anybody interviews him, they never bring up King Kong. They always bring up Lord of the Rings. I'm like, King Kong was probably his most personal and passionate project he's ever done. Like, no one talks
Yeah.
about it.
He should have made the King Kong sequels that he lied about as a joke.
You,
but
you know, it's funny. We were at the premiere of My Kong, and I was talking with the cast, and we were already bringing up the idea of a sequel, which I'm not fucking doing. I get that question all the time, and I'm like, every time
Jack, make the sequel, make it like Stuart Little 3, where it's just strictly animated. Just make it with your action figures. or
every
something.
day fans you ask that question, and every day the answer is no. You know, it's like I can't do it, right? And
Jack, you can half-ass it like Son of Kong. They half-assed it, like it's.
I don't
literally
want
a
That would be
sequel.
funny.
Even if I did do a sequel, I don't want to half-ass it. And I
That'd
don't
be funny,
even.
though.
I outside of Godzilla, I do not like Kong being a franchise. I really don't. I really don't see the point of it. It's just it's a fairy tale, beginning to end. That's it. Once upon a time, the end. Not
Yeah,
much
because
more
Kong
than
has
ever
not really
after.
been. Well, they found a way to make it work with the MonsterVerse. Like this is how you do like franchise Kong. I'm so glad we're done with the fucking Beauty and the Beast thing. It's done. It's played out. We've done it 3 times already, and like I like this. I like because this Kong is a protector. Like I like that aspect to his character. So
And
he's gonna
technically,
decide
you know
like
what, dude?
language.
I'm happy we're not getting a remake now, especially if we didn't get a remake in the 2010s, because guess why? Guess why? They would have Twilight the shit out of it.
Yeah, it would have been lame. So, yep. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna jet again. I finally got my food, and I'm gonna go eat. So,
I might
Thanks
take
again for
off
having
too.
me on.
I gotta go get food. I'm gonna go down to A&W and get like a double bacon cheeseburger.
ooh,
Sounds good.
sounds delicious.
Yeah, well,
All right, you gonna?
they have it where you can get a burger, but they add double bacon and double cheese.
Ooh,
Well, I'm not
Yummy.
a cheese guy.
The Clogger.
What?
If you haven't had a greasier sandwich, you're in Mexico.
nice. All right, well, I'm gonna head out. Jack's heading out. You guys can follow my stuff at JT is Reborn. 2,000 subs is the big one.
Yeah, and
You know what's
congratulations,
coming.
by the way, Ryan, on 5,000. I actually, I just had what 16,100, but you're gonna get up there, man. You're getting up there. You guys have to come down to Monstrosities at some point. You guys got to get in. Got to get in on the party.
I will be
I'm
there
sure.
one
I'm
day.
sure he'd let me in.
Yeah,
was that?
don't worry.
He'll let me in on a stream probably at some point.
They will. They're nice guys. Matt's a really nice guy. I've been putting in the good word for you guys.
Yeah. I mean, I talked to Matt a few times on your streams, so he was pretty cool. And then I watched
they're all
your
about,
Cage.
they're
one
all
was
about
pretty good
kaiju,
stream.
guys. Like they're all about that shit. We actually played this game, like this online game, occasionally, and there was one time we had to like redub a scene from like a foreign film, and they showed Pulgasari and Gamera.
Oh, cool. So, but anyways, I'm gonna get going. Ryan, congratulations again, man, on 5,000 subs. Chat, thanks for being cool. Shut up, Sean, of course. Yep. And Jack, I'll see you later. I'm gonna eat some food. So.
Yep. Sean, get out of here. Shut up, Sean. Get out of here.
That's
This
right.
Venom guy, I know about the art. I'm already making a video about it, and I already
Alright.
showed it.
Later, kids.
20
Sean,
minutes.
give me a picture of Spider-Man.
Okay. All right.
All right. Well, if you have to go to Jack, I'm just gonna close this off because
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
think
take
that-
off.
No,
So,
I'm closing
guys,
up. I'm gonna-
subscribe to us and Patreon, Twitter, TikTok, all that shit. Because I gotta eat, and then I'll probably work a little bit late tonight on some stuff. So, I'm out.
All right. I'm
See
out.
ya. And then it was only me.
And
No.
and me. All right. I'm literally leaving. I got my food with me. Okay, cool. Well, I got to carry all this shit. And
Shutteth uppeth Sean. Jack.
oh man. All right.